Let's get into it, baby.
Ah, yeah, it's time to travel and bang, baby.
This is Travel and Bang, back again. This is Fritz Edelweiss. Thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for tuning in. Got to hit up the sponsor. You know how we do it. AO Nutrition, Anabolic Outlaws. If you want to expedite that muscle growth and get that testosterone at its peak levels, then you need this. Check out the link below and the code for a price reduction. Travel Bang 10, baby. Do it, do it, do it. Be healthy. Take you to the next level. Okay, so this episode, I want to read an email that was shot to me. It's near and dear to my heart because I got married, believe it or not. Yes, me. I got married in my early 20s. I was in the U.S. Army stationed in Germany, and I got married for all the wrong reasons. And let's just say I relate to the pain, the struggle of people who are married, unhappily married, or people who are unhappily in relationships. And I like to give my advice because I know I can change it. I know I can change the outcome. If you just give me a chance and listen to what I gotta say, check it out. So he writes, "Greetings, Fritz. I'm seeking some OG advice. I overheard you mention in one of your past videos that you were married when you were in your 20s. I also got married when I was really young, and it's been 3 years, and it's gotten to the point where I don't even want to make love with my wife anymore. I think she has borderline personality disorder, bipolar, and no matter what I do, I feel like it's not enough. I rarely can go out and meet up my guy friends at my favorite dive bar because I sense she gets jealous when I'm having a fun time. I make close up to $120,000 after taxes per year from my profession, but despite achieving so much financial success, I feel empty. Even when I get off of work, I drive home and I find myself purposely taking the long route home so I can burn off an extra hour before having to go home and deal with her toxic BS. I really want to break it off and file for divorce, but I don't know how to go about it. I tried it before and it backfired. She suddenly backpedaled and started to cry and beg for forgiveness, had temper tantrums, and okay. So he says, how do I end this? Okay. Whoa, holy, shoot. Isn't that everybody's story? Real quick recap. I relate. I used to get off of work many moons ago. I used to get off of work and I'd take the long route back to the crib because I feared the toxic BS of the woman I was married to at that time. Okay? I took the long route home. And I know a lot of you all out there taking the long route home. Don't lie. You know you do it. And so yeah, it's avoidance. You're avoiding your own relationship. Now, the biggest thing that mind-blowing is not wanting to make love with your partner anymore. It gets less and less. And there's men in these situations who probably avoid it. They're just coming up excuses. Usually it's the woman who comes up with excuses. Oh, I got a headache. Oh, this. Oh, I got my period. But the man in these situations is like, nah. You know what I mean? This is crazy. Okay? And I really, in these situations, I want to be positive. I want to tell people in these situations, try to make it work, try to talk. But as you see, if you're with somebody who has borderline personality disorder, also bipolar, has daddy issues. I was with a woman like this at one time. And no matter what you do, you cannot instill communication, maturity into the situation because you're not with somebody who's pragmatic, who's viewing the relationship as a pragmatic and mature human being. You're with a partner. It's almost like you're in a relationship with a toxic, dysfunctional 16-year-old. You know what I mean? That's what I've noticed in these type of relationships. You know, despite the woman, obviously I'm not talking about a woman that age, talking about, you're married, you're 20-something, she's 20 something, or you're 30, or she's 30, or maybe it's mismatched. Maybe you're 40 and she's 20 something. Whatever it is, that's the feeling of the type of person you're dealing with. It's not like you're even with a grown, mature adult. And this is the crazy part. The crazy part is when he tried to end it, I've been there too. All of a sudden, then they know it's coming to an end, and the woman starts backpedaling. All of a sudden, crying, screaming, yelling, "Oh no, don't do this. I love you. Oh, let's work it out. We're married. We're married. We said an oath to God. No." You know what I mean? I mean, whatever, you know what I'm getting at, right? And I've been there too. I was married like 4 years. I was married 4 years, and I try to end it. Every couple of months, I try to end it and walk away. And I gotta watch out. I don't want to say a name. And she'd come with that, start crying. "Oh no, please," you know what I mean? But then like a week or 2 weeks later, she was at it again, dishing out her toxicity. It was even worse in my shoes because she had zipper malfunctions. If you know what that is, zipper malfunctions. You know what I mean? If you weren't around, Pookie and Ray Ray were chilling and she happened to be around, she just wasn't keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? While you weren't around. So, you know, whatever the problems are that are indicative of that situation, look, you can try to work it out, but I can tell you straight up that counseling usually does not work. We're at a 70% divorce rate, about estimated, right? Not exactly, but a 70% divorce rate in North America, meaning that the time a couple hits 3 years of living with each other and cohabitating, they barely have sexual intimacy. They barely do it in bed. And then by the 10th year, if it's really stretched to the longest, usually by the 10th or close to the 10th, 7, 10, it ends. You know, somebody walks away. Usually the woman will file for it, will monkey branch to another dude she finds more capable or suitable. Or maybe some guys, a very low percentage of men will end it. You know what I mean? But 80%, probably even more percent of the, marriages have been initiated by women. Okay? So it's actually the women who just say, I'm not feeling this. I'm out. Peace, biatch. You know what I mean? So what I can say in this situation, I have a close friend who also, I feel he's in an unhappy marriage. I would say this, I'm not here to tell you to do this or do that. But honestly, if I was in that situation, I would leave. I would end it. I will remind you about your mortality real quick. You're not going to be alive forever, okay? The last thing you want is to spend 10, 15, 20 years with a woman that makes you unhappy. You didn't get to enjoy intimacy the way you wanted. You didn't feel loved the way you wanted to feel loved. You feel like nagging, complaining, you know what I mean? It might even get abusive. I've had cell phones thrown at me. I had plates thrown at me. I had food thrown in my face. Whatever. I've been through the ringer. You know what I'm saying? So I came back from military deployment and had Tyrone, Ray Ray, Pookie knock on the door and ask for the woman at the time I was married to. I mean, crazy disrespect. But I want to say, like, if you feel you're done, you're done. This person, the woman you're married to, she's not blood relative, hopefully, right? You can walk away. You get the cojones, the spinal column, the chutzpah, and walk away. Be a man. It's part of being a man, facing that pain, that disappointment, the sadness, that's something you really enjoyed. You invested so much energy, money, time into, finally comes to an end. And you might even leave poor. Yes, a lot of money is lost. She might walk away with more than half. But you know what? At least you are the master of your own destiny. You are going to ride that rodeo alone on your own terms. Don't be that guy at 50, 60, 70 looking back, wishing he would have done it. Like, damn, why didn't I do it? Because if you don't do it, one day she'll do it. If you don't do it, repeat after me, she will do it. One day, when you least expect it, you're dealing with all this year after year after year, and all of a sudden she says, not feeling it no more. And all of a sudden she running off with her boss, and you feeling like a lame duck. because you thought sticking it out would matter. You thought you would get some cool points. You thought you were more of a man for putting up with the abuse of putting up with a situation that you weren't happy with anymore. Or you might even be pushed to, you know what I mean, have something on the side. And that can get really ugly too, especially if you're in the realm of what's supposed to be a monogamous relationship, and she finds out and you running off with your secretary or some woman, you know, from your job or whatever, and it just turns into a Jerry Springer show. Yeah, a dysfunctional trailer trash Jerry Springer show, okay? But before I wrap this up, I want to say that this is not just a man thing. This is not to, you know, be a misogynist and say, oh, bad girls, evil, evil, evil witches. No. The reality is this happens to everybody. You know, I have a close female friend who told me that she felt when she was married that her former husband kept on getting her pregnant, would keep getting her pregnant to keep her around, because they had issues, okay, outside of the bedroom. They had a lot of issues. So she kind of felt like she kept trying to get her pregnant to keep her around, to keep her anchored, keep her feeling trapped, you know, keep her in mom mode. So she wouldn't get enough energy, strength, and time to actually, you know, be like, hey, enough, I'm out. You know what I mean? So you have to be very cognizant of your situation. I feel personally I lost 3 to 4 years of my life married to somebody who made me miserable. And I think I learned a lot in that situation. I'm not mad at her anymore. It is what it is. She's not a bad person. We shouldn't have got married. We should just never got married. We should have just dated, had some fun, and that was it. So it's also learning the skill of knowing who's the fun girl, gentlemen, who's the fun girl for the weekend. You can have fun with her, and then who is the woman you can invest long-term into. And ladies, as well, if you're listening. So this has been Fritz Edelweiss from Travel and Bang. Press like, subscribe. Until next time, asombroso.